Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll finally be talking about the Li-Ning Gamma. So price is disgusting. You can look it up. This is already the cool down stage after the first wave of releases. They were even reselling at one point. People were paying like $400, something like that. The retail price itself is about $250 USD, $250 to $300. Think about what you can do with that money. You can go for a nice holiday dinner with the family. The adoption fee at my local animal shelter is cheaper. That's like 200 bucks. You can adopt a dog or a cat and change their lives completely. Just let that sink in a little bit. Anyways, putting the price factor aside, I still think this is a very polarizing shoe. You probably either absolutely love it or regret the purchase. For those who bought the shoe already, I really don't want to trigger you. I mean, we can't deny the endowment effect, which essentially happens to all of us. I would be at least somewhat biased toward a product that I've already purchased, especially if we spend a lot of hard-earned money buying it. We hate to admit that it's bad, even if we truly didn't like it that much. I was super excited waiting for the shipment to arrive, but I gotta stay true to my actual experience. Because I said our experiences with the shoe might be heavily divided, here's some brief info about myself and my guess on which types of players will like it, which types of players won't. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tommy. My pronouns are basketball shoes. I'm about average height. I identify as average weight. I do not have a position like a Mao. My feet are a little bit wider than normal and they're extremely flat. I don't like to play in shoes that are too heavy, but here with the Gammas, it's just a little too light for me. For US size 10.5, this shoe weighs 318 grams. That makes it by far the lightest basketball shoe that I've ever owned. The average weight of shoes in my size is right about 400 grams or slightly higher. So this is a good 80 grams lower than industry average. It's just insane how much weight they've shredded off. While we're here, Li-Ning also made a shoe called Ultralight 2025. Based on what I've heard and how they're advertising it, that's gonna be even much lighter than these. Can you imagine? Below 300 grams for a shoe above size 10. And that only costs like a third of the price. Back to the Gammas. If you're a fast and shifty guard who has medium or narrow feet, I think you'll have a blast playing in these. If you're a heavier guy and you need an upper that holds up extremely well over time, or if you have flat feet like mine that tend to protrude out to the side, that's where the mismatch happens. The Gammas might be elite on paper, but it's probably not the right shoe for you in that case. Now let's quickly run through how the Gamma performs from each aspect. Cushion is decent. Usually at this weight class, for a much lower price, you'd be getting a flat piece of cardboard for the midsole. Here they implemented their carbon drive system, which is the same setup as the Wave Weight 11. So they sandwiched a piece of carbon fiber plate in between boom. It's exposed on the bottom. Full length boom is their best foam available, one of the best cushioning setups on the market. Given how minimal the shoe is, the amount of bounce back, the springiness, smooth transition, and also core feel are really top notch. It's not really a foamy effect on feet because of the carbon fiber plate stacked in there. But if we were to compare this to another super lightweight shoe, the AlsBeatz V2, let's say, cushion here on the Gammas are just on a different level. Very good here. Traction is excellent, easily a 9 out of 10. On dusty courts, you'll be fine getting to a hard stop. It is their GCU also, the most grippy type of rubber compound from the brand, plus a full-on herringbone pattern. You can't really go wrong with that combo. Minimal dust pickup, so it reminds me a lot of the Li-Ning V2. Both also stay fairly clean, even on dusty courts. Not squeaky at all. While the Gammas will start squeaking once you spend some time playing in them. Regardless, it's a strong and consistent stop that you're getting for sure. The rubber feels pretty sturdy in hand too. So as you can see, this is top tier in both of these important aspects. Traction and cushion. Fit is true to size. Width runs on the narrower end. It's not a spacious fit, but length is pretty much right on. Medium or narrow feet, you're good to go. Those with really wide feet, I would strongly recommend that you pass on this shoe. If you spend almost $300 for a shoe that you can't even fit inside, that's the worst I can imagine. Material, I wouldn't be that much worried about it tearing apart. Basically the Jordan 37 upper, but I had a serious issue with comfort. pinching happens right here on the inner side of the forefoot. It never really goes away. Jordan 37 nightmare all over again. Jordan 37 or Sonic 12, two shoes that I just couldn't appreciate their material used. Plastic underwear. Breathable, hell yeah. They're also super thin. If you're gonna be grinding every game with it or bringing it outside, I don't know, I doubt it'll last. At least the glittering effect will be gone quick. Insoles, it's basically the Shadow 5 insole. And that is a problem because the surface will really stick to your socks. Not that I'm nitpicking, but it actually bothers me. I don't like the fact that in more than half of my movements almost, I get some pinching at the corner and it feels like my socks have plenty of dust built up on the bottom, while it's really just that sticky insole. Same thing on the heel. TPU clip, nice and secure, prevents you from heel slippage, but they rely on that same glittering effect inside, which will probably be gone soon. Design-wise, I mean, they purposely made a lot of these colorways in one solid color throughout the entire shoe. A lot of shiny ones, blue, silver, and now gold. I mean, the look is elegant. Here, this reminded me of, when they splash some gold onto your overpriced steak at those fancy restaurants. That's exactly how I felt. I know in soccer, you're not supposed to wear gold cleats unless you're somebody. But here I spent the bag on these basketball shoes. I need some fucking gold or silver. I think that's legit. If they did a bunch of like generic white and red colorways, I'd be kind of pissed. But if they did, this really is just a normal looking shoe. Li-Ning 4v2, Sonic 12. Basically the same design. Yes, Li-Ning and Wei, they've been killing it with their performance models, but this is really more like a cash grab to me, where they're cashing out your loyalty. Overall, I think everything comes down to your build as a basketball player. Your foot shape is key, and most importantly, your budget. It's either gonna be a top 5, top 3 of the year for you, or this can be simply a waste of money. For me personally, I was impressed, but definitely not to a point where I'm very happy about this purchase as a consumer, just to be honest. A lot of pinching, so I couldn't use it as a regular rotation shoe. For those who are hesitating about buying the Gammas, I'll summarize everything into one line. It is a great performer, no doubt, but if that price tag bothers you, it makes you sick, just pass on it. It's not like you're missing out on an all-time performer. I don't think so. The Li-Ning 4v2 is a one-to-one substitute for this shoe. The new Li-Ning 5 Low could do the job. This is also essentially a Louis Vuitton version of the Sonic 12. Those with very wide feet, that's a hard pass. As always, that was just my take on it. Let me know how you feel about this dirty, expensive shoe made by arguably the best brand right now. Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.